Georgetown Prep, one of the best private schools in America. It is a great place which can be school, home, or cultural hub for students. However, do you know the hottest place in Georgetown Prep? It is George Center, aka South Library. Almost all students stay or visit this place during school day and use the library as the place for their academic achievement. Of course, library is not only a place for study, it is a place for taking class, eating desserts, finishing the homework in the last minute, music concert, and also social connects with friends.
A word I would use to describe a library, especially here at Georgetown Prep, is serenity.
So while the library is a place that after school, hanging out with the boys, sometimes we're wrestling in here, cracking jokes. It's just a good way to unwind after a hard day of school.
Prep Library is not only a place where you can study, but it's also a place during breaks and after school where people can go and hang out and have fun and make jokes.
Library even become the oasis for the senior students who is tired of their schoolworks.
Even though it's a library, probably the last thing it means to me is a place to actually do homework. It's usually a place to hang out with friends. Like freshman, sophomore year before COVID, I would usually come after school every day and we would watch like the Champions League or watch soccer or March Madness when it was on. So it's more like a place to come together and hang with friends, or like something to look forward to. You get to see your friends that you don't usually see every day in class. And like that's basically, it's like a gathering. It's like a guaranteed hangout every day after school.
The George Center Library, yes. I was here when that was designed and constructed, and I think all along, and obviously Mr. Glenn had a lot to do with that particular design, is what you see now when you come in. Obviously, a lot of work is being done. We got a bunch of different locations to work, different work styles, from the computers to the quiet rooms to the back computer room. But I think what I see is a place of just of gathering and camaraderie and a place to build the great relationships that you guys get to develop over the course of 4 years. So I think it's a real centerpiece, to campus, and that wasn't always the fact when I first got here. It was a variety of different locations, but that's a place, before school, during lunches, after school, study hall for resident students, especially the freshmen. It's a place to where you can say, hey, that's where I not only do my work, but I gather, I think, with my classmates and most importantly, my friends.
Since when did libraries exist? The South Library was completed in 2010 and has become a new shelter for students. Mr. John Glennon, the current headmaster of Georgetown Prep, dedicates many things for constructing this new building.
Yeah, so a little bit about the history of the Saul Library. So I've been around Prep since 2001. After we built the Hanley Center, that meant that our old athletic center, which is our current library and student center, what we now know as the George, that was our old athletic center, which was built back in 1960. And so when the Hanley Center opened, that rendered the old athletic center obsolete, and it gave us a really great opportunity as a community to rethink what we were going to do with that building. And so we took what used to be our basketball gym and turned that into what we now know as the Saul Library. If you've been in the space and can picture it now, it used to be that where you see those big, long, narrow windows on either side. There used to be bleachers up against the walls there, and the court right there in the middle. If you go in the library now, you look up and you can actually still see the old rafters. They've built out this architectural ceiling, but the rafters are still up there. So that's, believe it or not, the library used to be the gym. And when we were able to do that, one of the things that really excited the design team and the administration and faculty was that it allowed us to move the library into the heart and center of the campus. So symbolically, that's important for a school. You've got this place of learning, this place of knowledge, this place of collaboration right in the center of things. So now we have this beautiful space where short guys can go and study. We have the tutoring that goes on. We've got faculty working over there. Pre-pandemic, we had a great writing center, computer lab, really right in the heart and soul of Georgetown Prep.
Georgetown Prep's day is going down, but the light of South Library never turned off. It is because of freshman resident students. There is tradition that freshman resident students have 2-hour study hall in library from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Right now, all freshmen have study hall in the George from 7:30 to 9:30. And for me, having study hall in the library helped me stay focused and motivated throughout the 2 hours of work. And right as of now, study hall feels like a second home for me.
For the last things, can you explain library in one word?
Library in one word. The soul of prep.